From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, people have been voting in large numbers today. An Electoral Commission spokesperson says there have been queues at some voting places because of high demand, and additional staff have been called in. More than 2,300 voting places are open until 7 this evening. Anyone in line at 7 will be able to vote. The previous problem with the electronic version of the electoral roll has been fixed. It had no impact on most people, but did cause some delays for people casting special votes at the busiest voting places. A Qantas aircraft carrying more than 200 Australians out of the Middle East war zone has just touched down in London. It's one of 3 repatriation flights organised by the Australian government as Israel's deadline for Palestinians to leave Gaza creeps closer. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus from the Israeli Defence Force was warning civilians to get out.
Evacuate south for your own safety and the safety of your families, and distance yourself from Hamas terrorists who are using you as human shields.
Engineering New Zealand's warning of systemic quality concerns. It's just released a report that says quality in structural engineering designs has at times been compromised because of insufficient checks in the building system. The report's in response to a series of recent high-profile failures. Chief Executive Richard Templer says recommendations include supporting councils advocating for building system reform and strengthening how engineers are regulated.
If engineers, councils, firms, clients and MB take on board the recommendations of this report, I'm very confident that the number of failures that occur will be significantly reduced.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says he's very hopeful of a yes result in the country's voice referendum. The referendum today is on whether to enshrine an Indigenous voice in Australia's constitution. The latest news poll shows the proposal will likely fail, despite a late swing towards the yes side. Mr Albanese says he's done everything he can. That's news. In sport, South Canterbury has won Provincial Rugby's Second Division Heartland Championship for the 3rd time in a row. South Canterbury's beaten Whanganui 40-30 in Temuka to lift the Meads Cup yet again. The South Cantabrians have now won an amazing 31 straight games. But the game was marred by a pitch invasion by their fans following the last try, with some supporters reportedly throwing punches at their Whanganui players. All the rugby focus is on tomorrow morning's World Cup knockout in Paris between the All Blacks and Ireland. But there's a small matter of tonight's NPC semi-final in Wellington first between the champion Lions and Hawke's Bay, 2 weeks after Hawke's Bay stole the Ranfurly Shield from their hosts in Wellington. That's sport. I'm Joe Gilfillan.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.